knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Check right. Cut.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Sticking with Walker on second down. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Lance. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Out of the end zone, it's Tutu Atwell. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's out to the flat for Akers. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stafford on 3rd down. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
And the Rams at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, they're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
Alert!
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Oh, into a sea of defenders, unintercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3-and-out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Atwell now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Stay 50.
Now Stafford. And his throw is incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Big 20.
Here's Stafford. That is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
$13 yards, the tally on the return there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Lance. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And now it's 2nd down. You talk about this Rams defense. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Drill, 52. Blaster, 6.
And Lance again here on 2nd and 10. Throw out wide to Walker. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 25. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On play action, Lance. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And out of bounds right around the 20. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Off of play action, here's Lance. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at him right now and say, let's get away from him entirely. Let's start throwing the football. But I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off in the pass rush.
They'll run for it. It's Walker, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
53, ready. Alert.
Stafford now to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Back to throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs. In the top 5 in the NFL, it's all a mindset. And I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly. So the false start will back them up 5. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Hands it off out of the gun. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage. He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Hey. Real right, 22.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
0. Hey, 70.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
22. All right, boys, here we go. 59. Pretty hot.
A final shot before break. Stafford. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. On Stafford for the third time is intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
50-50. Hey, give me a radar. Sit up.
Now a first down throw. Stafford to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Here's Stafford. Steps away to his left. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Hey, 22. Zebra.
To the air again, Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's 3rd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taken from just outside the 30. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Akers going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
40 got. Hey, red. 40 hot.
To throw is Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Here we go. 1st
down, Seattle.
And Walker once more. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. On second down, it's Walker. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And Lance now to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Take it to the house.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
40 gun! 40 gun!
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. That is caught, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th, but a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, and who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Stafford's throw pulled in by Schwartz. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
20. Middle.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Omaha, ready to move.
Throwing again is Stafford. Flush to his right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Alert! Let's go now, let's go.
Now Stafford. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Stafford. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready?
And going right back to Walker. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 72 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To the right side, this is Walker. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter and a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their mind.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively? He's got a man complete. And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 55 yards. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And now Stafford's going to move them around. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Rams are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for two.
Easy.
They'll look to throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Ready.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And it's starting to look like that three-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the fourth quarter. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. So the victory here for